Oh, Simply Stupid back here with another video. Forewarning, all the gameplay being recorded right now isn't mine, it's just too laggy if I try to record it, so I'm using somebody else's. Anyways, without further ado, when you first start out, you do not want to go for any hoops because you're not going to be able to jump high enough, and you're not going to be fast enough to the point where people will probably be able to get it before you. All you want to do is collect orbs, the things on the ground, and gems obviously. Until you get, I would say, until you're high enough to be able to get hoops. Then you want to go for hoops and hoops as much as you can. Don't focus on races yet, or even the courses. Don't focus on the courses at all, they don't matter. Just focus on those hoops until you get around 200 speed, 2 to 300 speed, and around 300 jump power. And then you want to go into cave to go to the next island. Because once you go to the next island, there should be less people, and the hoops should be better, so it'd be easier to jump to get those hoops. And you should get more steps from it and more jump power. I mean, if you're trying to get gems, I still recommend collecting at least some gems from the ground, though they don't offer much unless you do have good pets. And once you get to around, let's say 250k speed, I would start participating in like 1 to 2 races every hour, depending on how much you play. 30 minutes if, one every 30 minutes if all you're playing is 30 minutes. And yeah, don't focus too much on it, it's just to get some gems without rebirthing and just some races, I guess. Don't focus on the outer space at all, there's just gonna be a bunch of sweats. You only want to focus on that once you're like 5 million, because you want to, in every race, you want to try to get third place at least, to at least get some prizes. So once you do reach like 5 million or even 1 million speed, usually you want to participate in like 3 to 5 races an hour instead of 1 or 2, and like 2 to 3 every 30 minutes. And yeah, basically just mostly evolve around more races at this point. And if you, once you are getting like 500, 600 jump power and like 500, 600 speed, you want to put it down to 200, 300 and 3 to 500, because at least when grinding, not when racing, you want that to be pretty high to the point where you're able to control it and you're not jumping too high, but like as high as you can, because you want to win. But if you're just grinding, getting hoops, you want it to be 200, 300 speed and like 3 to 500 jump power, because that's the most efficient number, whatever. Because if you have it too low, you're not able to get the hoops, and if you have it too high, you're going to jump too high or be too fast to the point where you're not getting into everything. And also getting through the caves, it can be a hassle when it's too high or too low. And once you get like 30 rebirths, I would rarely recommend going for any more, because then it becomes overkill. It would only go for if you don't have much gems, but you should have enough gems at this point if you do have 30 rebirths, because getting 30 rebirths is really, really hard. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot of grinding. Also, when you do get to a certain point, I wouldn't recommend having your trade on, especially if you have a good enough pet to the point where you wouldn't need a trade, because people are going to be spam trading you to the point where it can be distraction and get really, really annoying. Vice versa, if you're a new player, I would recommend just spam trading all the good players if you can see the leaderboard, because even though a lot of them won't budge and probably just disable the trade, some of them will trade you if they don't leave or anything, and you could get a good pet out of it, or just do it out of condition, it depends. Don't revolve around it though, still get like orbs and jump for hoops when you can. It's just like on the side you wanna like spam trade up. So yeah, anyways, at a certain point, like if you're like where you got all the pets and everything and you did a bunch of races and all that, I recommend putting up again because it's getting kind of old. But anyways, just kind of for new players, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace.